Hi everyone, welcome to Side Tutorials. My name is Arpita. In this tutorial, we learn how to create perforation intervals and create fisherborn and fracture completions. We'll start by going to File menu and opening an existing project file. So, in this project file, I have already created a well. So, go to project tree and then in the well section, select well 1, right click there and select create completions and then select create fisherborn interval. This is one way to add fisherborn interval. Other way is to directly go to reservoir view and then select on the depth where you want to add perforation interval. Right click there, select create completions and then select create perforation interval at this depth. As we can see in the project tree, a new perforation interval is created and range is defined here. We can adjust this range by either manually entering the points that we want or using the slider option to get the desired depth value. Now we will create another perforation interval directly by going to well path and right clicking at the point and then select create completion and create perforation interval at this depth, and then we will adjust its depth by using the slider option here. So now as we can see in reservoir view, two perforation intervals are created, that is highlighted in the green, highlighted by the green area in the well. Now we can export these perforations by right clicking on perforations on in project tree and click on export completions and click on export completion data for current well path. So now we can create a fisherborn completion. Quicker way to do that is by going to reservoir view and click on the point where you want to start your fisherborn completions. Right click there, select create completions and select create fisherborn at this depth. So now it has created fisherbones and we can change its settings and configuration by changing the values here. So location section allows us to adjust the geometry of fisherborn completion. Then we have lateral configuration settings. It allows us to change the layout of fisherbones, and we have another option to change its skin factor and hole diameter. We will keep these settings intact, and we can export these fisher bones in similar fashion as we exported perforations. Right clicking on here and then select export and then click on the icon here. Now we will create fracture. So go to reservoir view and select a point where you want to add fracture. I will zoom in a bit. So yes, right click there and select create completions and then create fracture at this depth. So as we can see that a fracture is created here, and in the project tree a new subcategory is added. So we can, these fractures are created using a template that we can add it by going to property editor and clicking on the edit button here. So in the geometry configuration, we can change fracture half length, height and orientation. So for now, I will change its orientation to along the well path. And then in the properties, we can adjust its permeability, skin factor and other parameters. Once you have changed this configuration of the fracture as per your requirement, you can export it in the similar fashion as we exported perforation intervals by clicking here. Or alternatively, we can export all the completion data by going to completions in project tree, right click there and click on export completion data for current well path. Now in this settings, we can select the type of select the values that we want to reflect on the output file and then click on export button. So when you open up the exported completion data file, it should look like this. And as you can see that this is ready to be used in Eclipse simulation run. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.